Sleeping in the Storm by Belinda Strotide. You and I are why there is creation, why there are blue skies, ocean waves, dolphins, and giraffes. We are the reason God put his story in every living thing, and in the stars and sky. You and I, formed from the elements of the earth, by God's hands and brought alive by the breath of God himself. You and I are God's wildest dream. Yet everything in our lives pits itself against our understanding this one thing: the deep, abiding, never-ending love God has for us, for each one of us, the truth that our lives matter more to God than the death of his only beloved Son. God expressed his love by giving his heart, his Son, for us. We are his delight. We are who he hungers to know as dearly loved children, as his dearly loved children. Jesus knew his Father's love for him, and he was secure. Jesus trusted the word from his Father's mouth and the depths of his Father's love for him. Recently, I've been seeing a picture when I pray. I see Jesus asleep in a boat in a storm. I see the disciples gripping the railing of the boat, watching the storm, greatly afraid. I see Jesus resting in peace. And then I see the boat, the waves, and the storm as from a distance. And I see underneath the boat the hand of God cradling it. Even in the storm, the hand of Jesus Father holds the boat safely. I know that God is showing me his heart of love for me, and his path of obedience as well. To have faith in him, I have to be looking at him, not at the storm. I am a seeker, hungry to seek God, to walk in ever-increasing faith and trust in his goodness. There will be storms, but he is big enough, good enough to get me where I'm going. And if I'm abiding in him, there are times I will be sleeping in complete peace while my boat bumps along in the hand of God in the middle of a storm. The storm. I know I seem stuck on the storm metaphor these days, but so much of what I feel is like big weather. An uncontrollable force that changes familiar landscapes into unrecognizable vistas. Winds that leave brokenness in their path. From here I sit and wait to hear from God. He does not change. It is the same day to him, whether it looks good or bad to me. He is the same provider, protector, source of all good gifts, whether it is sunny or stormy in my world. His intentions are always the same: to bless me and you, to be with us, to live with us in our world, not perhaps in the way I see, but big, beyond understanding. His plan for peace that makes no sense, that lets me sleep in the boat, in the storm, under the shadow of his wings, is all and more we'll ever need. Beauty we cannot see without him, life that cannot die because his life is so big it cannot be quenched, and it is within us. My understanding of him is the understanding of a 5-year-old who fights against the voice of a loving parent to play in the street or with fire. Incomplete understanding at best, but dangerous and deadly at worst. Self, pride, or fear will always take me on a misdirected adventure, away from the grand, glorious adventure God has for me with him, to a place of beauty, peace, and joyful exploits. Into the storm. Hearing the storm, I didn't think about adventures. I curled up into a pillbug ball, breathing quietly until all would pass. But then I felt Jesus take my hand. He pulled me up, laughing, and we ran together. We ran into the storm, not away from it. What felt prudent was not the way of God for me. Facing the storm with Jesus at my side was not an expression of bravery. It was one of trust. I knew running into the storm with Jesus was not dangerous. It was the safest place I could be.